Hey, everybody, it's Robert Flores. Welcome to the show.
Runner at third, nobody out. High leverage spot, intentional pass coming, bases now loaded, though it does set up a force at every base. So they're all loaded up. Oh my, they're intentionally walking in a run. What's going on here? So bases all loaded up. Carlos Pena up next for the Astros.
The opportunity for a huge inning exists right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. But as a hitter, can't be over anxious. That pitcher's up against the wall. Make him come to you.
Swings and misses. Going to count 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is a big first out. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Late swing, fouled off. Oh, 1 down. Swings through that one for strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit.
Got him. Swing. First and second, 1 out. Jorge Soler steps in for the Royals. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
Double play ball to second. The flip. There's one. And it's a double play to end the inning. So runner at second, 2 down. Jorge Soler will hit next. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Man on second, 2 down. Cuts on it and misses. Now it's the right. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. He was late there, strike one. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Now here is Jorge Soler. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And first offering is fouled off. Fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss. So up now for Kansas City, Jorge Soler.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Late on that fastball.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting because of tendencies a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
Man at second. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Stays alive. Outside. Going to count 1 and 2. This one in the air, center field. Harris has a beat on it, and that'll do it. 1 down. Jorge Soler steps in for the Royals. 1 for 3. First pitch swinging. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. That's out number 2. So 2 down, and next up for the Royals, Jorge Soler. First pitch not close. And another ball. Swings through that. Now a pop up on the infield. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Off the mark there, and it's 1-1.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Here's a 1-2. Swings in. So 2 down. Jorge Soler steps in for the Royals. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Strike 2. In the air to left center. And that'll do it. So a man at first. So up now for Kansas City, Jorge Soler. Just missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Chop to the left side, but it kicks foul. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That misses the zone. Now 2-2. Ground ball left side, could be. First and second. No outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Swings through the fastball up in the zone. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Outside with a breaking ball. Just getting started. Here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a. So bases loaded with 1 away. Jorge Soler steps in for the Royals. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. 0-1.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
This one in the air, center field. Harris settles underneath it, brings it in. Runner tags for home. India comes across to first and second, 1 out. Jorge Soler digs in now.
Jorge Soler
swings through that one.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 on, 1 out. Just off the outside part of the plate.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that's ruled a swing. Jorge Soler. Now at the plate.
Number 12, Jorge Soler.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that's going to get into the corner.
First pitch swing in, went up there with a plan to be a.
Slice down the right side. Strike 2. And ball 1. Got him. Lead off. So bases all loaded up. Jorge Soler steps in for the Royals. Swing and a miss. 98 on the gun.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
In the air, right field. And he makes the catch. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Swings through that one for strike 1. In the air, left field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Just missed.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
Swing and a Jorge Soler up at the plate. And the first pitch of the game is in for a strike. Comes up empty.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have.
First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Garcia over at second. Collins on at first with nobody out.
This hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
On the ground, a short, could be two. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Hit in the air out to center. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Lifted in. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Ground ball right side, Albies. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. That one ripped, but foul. And a 1-1. Up the middle. Kim, the underhand flip. There's first and second, no outs. Jorge Soler getting ready to hit. This one in the air, center field. Jorge Soler. Up at the plate. To the right side. Olsen tossed this. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Swing. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler steps in for the Royals. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one. Check swing called strike. And it's 0-2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. On a dead sprint, racing back. Can't get there. This one lands foul. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. To the right side, Albies. First and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. On the first and second, no outs. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Way inside. Turned on, but foul wide of third. And a count 1-2. Sneaks through, base hit, and it kicks off the base. And they'll score first. It's 1-0. Back. Start of the fourth. So up now for Kansas City, Jorge Soler. Shortened the bunt and missed it. It's 0-1. Swings through that one for strike two. Hacks and missed. So two down. Now it's the right fielder, Jorge Soler.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
That one fouled off. 0-1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Ceddanne Rafaela. Quick move to first. Puts the tag on him, and that's the inning. On to the fourth. So stepping in for Boston. And next for the Red Sox, Ceddanne Rafaela.
Ceddanne Rafaela.
To first, and they've got him picked off. The tag, and he's out at second. Inning over. All right, ready to get underway. Max Clark now at the plate. And this one is off and running.
Pitch, 1 o'clock.
Just
Outside
missed.
ball.
Up and
Ball.
in, and it's 3-0. That one misses.
That's ball four.
So a
Runner, take your
leadoff
base.
walk. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Cerna gets under it, and there's one down. Here's Cody Bellinger.
Fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Here's your 1. And a foul ball. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. Here's Acuna now.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
Clark off of first. About to get started here. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And away we go this afternoon.
1 o'clock.
Way out front for strike 2. And that one is in the dirt. Now 1-2. Got him swinging. Here's Mookie now. Fastball for a strike at 95.
Betts can claim something not many players can. He's won the World Series playing in the National League and the American League.
Betts hanging in there. He's a tough at bat. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 down, bases empty. Next to the dish is Freddie.
Ball. Ball.
Popped foul out of play off to the right. And he can't come up with it. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this. So 2 down. So here's Kyle Tucker now.
Ball.
There's the strike.
Ball, that's in.
That's off the
ball
mark.
3.
And now 3-1. Foul ball there.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Swung on, popped up left side. And that'll fall for a base hit. And now 2 aboard. Oh, and he's coming home. He'll score easily. On the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, those kind of lucky soft hits will always make you smile. That's one of those things where as a hitter you kind of feel like you were due for something like that to drop in for you, no matter how good or bad you've been swinging the bat.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance, and it's off the foul pole for a home run. Now it's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy.
Hey!
That one the other way, and a base hit right there. And that extends the inning for Teoscar Hernandez.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
That catches the zone for a strike, and the count 1-2. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. Yuri Ruiz getting ready to hit. Bunting for a hit, he pops it up. And there's one away. Now here is Jared Cerna. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
Well, Boog, here's a nugget on Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Well, he rarely travels without his tiny, fluffy dog, Mikan. Mikan is named after a famous mandarin orange from Japan whose peel nearly matches the pup's fur color. I love that name.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 out. 2 outs. Base is empty. And here's the first baseman, Davison De Los Santos. Swings through that one for strike 1. Misses inside, and that's ball 1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Swing and a miss. Back here in Philadelphia, we move ahead to the top of the second now. Tommy Edman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one lifted to left. Cerna on the move to the alley. And that one hops the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double. Runner in scoring position. No outs. Miguel Rojas at the plate. And a foul ball. Got him looking for the K. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Pajes swings through it for strike 1. Foul ball. Goes down looking for the strikeout, and that's 4 strikeouts. Betts swings through it for strike 1. That's outside,
that's off the plate.
and that's ball 1. In the dirt. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. And that misses. And the count is 3-1. Top of the zone for a called strike. Struck him out. Here at Shibe Park, we head to the bottom of the second. J.C. Escarra now at the plate. And a big swing and a miss.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Now one missed. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Bunting, and it's in the air. Yamamoto takes it in for the out. That's out number 2. 2 down, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, Brian Ramos. Shortened the bunt and missed it, and it's 0-1. And that one hit 97 on the gun. Next pitch is outside.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
And they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Swings and misses. On to the 3rd inning, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Inside, ball 1. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. He somehow got to that outside pitch and pulled it hard into the outfield. Not exactly what you're supposed to do with that kind of location, but you wouldn't know it by how the ball came off his bat.
And no throw for some reason as he reaches first. That's got to be an error. Smith in the box now, takes strike 1.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
And that's a base hit. Here comes Freddie around 3rd. He'll score. It's 4-zip. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at 3rd.
Comes through with the RBI. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin.
Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Out of here. A 3-run homer. And now Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah!
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
It gets down, a base hit, and the hits just keep on coming. Tommy Edman at the plate. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that one is off the wall. Hernandez around second, headed for 3rd. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. Now Miguel Rojas. The Dodgers threatening. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Base runners at 2nd and 3rd here. No outs. And that's a strikeout looking. And that is a big first out. Paz in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. Check swing called strike. And that is strike 1. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Fights it off. He'll see another. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Gap shot should score at least 2. That's back there. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score, and they now lead by 9. A 2-run double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop. He never makes a throw. Both runners are safe, and I'm just scratching my head.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 on, 1 out. That misses the zone. Now 1 and 2. Got him swinging for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
Oh, 1.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next offering upstairs.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows.
Swings through it. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Leading off, Joe Mack. He swings and misses at the first pitch. One.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Here's the second baseman, Maximo Acosta. Shortened the bunt and missed it. 0-1. Puts a bunt down, and that goes foul. The 0-2. Strike three. It's a strikeout for Yamamoto. 2 outs, base is empty. And now the shortstop, Tyler Tolbert. And it's even up.
Well, interesting strategy there. He must have seen something after that first pitch. Didn't attempt to bunt, but here on the second one he does.
Shortened the bunt and missed it. Going to count 1-2. That one missed. And down on strikes. Back here in Philadelphia. Start of the fourth. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this one for the team. Perhaps he can stabilize things and the offense can score some runs for him.
Way outside, ball 1. Good job to fight that one off. The 1-2. That one ripped right center field, and that's going to bang against the wall.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
And another ball. Smith aboard here at first with nobody out. Pitch misses. Ball 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
Well, count. Look for him to be aggressive here. You got some runners on base, an opportunity to catch a mistake and put some runs up on the board. Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Base hit into the outfield. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Edman, the next to hit, takes high for ball 1.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. You've got to challenge the hitter right here.
2-2 on the way. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Base hit, 1 run in already. Now a second crosses the plate. It's 11-0.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Gets the outside corner with that one. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Yeah. Ball 1.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down.
Grounder might be 2. So first and second with 1 man gone. Here's Mookie Betts now.
Ball 1.
Ground ball right side, could be 2. And he can't get a throw off for some reason. It's got to be an error, and bases are now loaded. Freeman up to bat next, lays off for a ball.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 1-2. On the ground, could be 2. Throws to first in time, and there's 2 down. Here's Kyle Tucker. That catches the top part of the zone. It's 0-1. This one in the air, center field. Ruiz moving under it. Can't get there. 1 run will score. Another comes in to score. Relay to third. And he's got no chance. He's out. You're at Shibe Park digging in. Yuri Ruiz. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
I'll try to bunt for a hit right there, and you can tell he's trying to get something, anything going offensively.
Strike 2. And that's outside. Puts a bunt down. The flip to the pitcher covering. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. Now the left fielder, Jared Cerna. Gets the bunt down the right side. Freeman. He'll do it himself, and he's out. 2 down, bases empty. Now at the plate, Davison De Los Santos. Lays down a bunt to the right side, and it goes just foul. Puts a bunt down. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia. Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. 2 outs, base is empty. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Right through there for a strike.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep, and then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. Fly ball down the line, and that one is foul, so we'll try it again. On the ground to first, and that's just foul. 2 down, nobody on. In the air, right field. It falls in, and that's a base hit. And that extends the inning. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Textbook bat control right there. Got a pitch on the outside, saw it deep into the zone, and just barreled it up, went the other way for the knock.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Man on second, 2 down. And now 1-2. Just missed. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Right through there. Bottom of the inning, stepping in, J.C. Escara. Yamamoto back to work. Squares, pushes at it, misses it. It's a strike. 0-1. Drops a bunt down the first base side. Freeman takes it to the bag, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth. Owen Casey will hit next. He's 0 for 1. Shortened a bunt and missed it. 0-1. Casey measures 6 feet 4 inches, 23 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2020. In the dirt, out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone. Brian Ramos digs in now. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Lays down a bunt to the right side and a foul ball. The 0-1 gets the bunt down the right side, and they put the tag on him. That's back here in. Just about to get underway. Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the White Sox. And we're underway in Denver. That one's in there. That's strike 1. Trying to bunt his way on. And all ball. Here's a 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strike. Yeah. Derek Hill steps to the plate for the White Sox. swing and a miss. There's the change. All right, just about ready for baseball. Luis Angel Acuna digs in now, up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And a man aboard.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Derek Hill, the next to hit, takes ball one.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Pitch out, but no action. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. The flip, there's one, and that's all they'll get. One out man at first. Colson Montgomery will hit next. Swing and a ball ripped down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. And it's a foul ball, but it had the distance. Gets him to chase after that one.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Munetaka Murakami getting ready to hit. In there at the knees. Comes up empty. That's strike two. That one's upstairs, ball one. This one in the air center field. And that is that. Yuri Ruiz. Now at the plate. Bunting for a hit. The underhand flip, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single. Now at the plate, Jared Cerna. Quick toss to first, and he's back in easily. First offering, runner goes. Strike in there. Throw down, and he's out, and that wasn't close. On the ground, and that's just foul. Struck him out swinging. Had him out front for strike three. Tap foul at the plate. Two down, nobody on. And it's fouled away.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games. So I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. He's got it. That is the back here in Denver. Top of the second, Austin Hayes steps to the plate for the White Sox. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Swings and misses. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Hey!
The 0-1. There's a strike. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the second baseman, Lenny Sosa. Chopped to third. Slings to first, and that'll do it. We head to the bottom of the second. Leading off, J.C. Escarra. And that is out of play.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Here's a 1-2. In the air to left center. Hill settles underneath it. 1 away. And now the right fielder, Owen Casey. Trying to bunt his way on. Sosa flips it, but it's not in time. Base hit. Man at first with 1 gone. Now the third baseman, Brian Ramos. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Throw down to second. They're in plenty of time. He's caught stealing. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Has room, and he makes the catch. Back here at Coors Field. So now it's the White Sox DH, Andrew Benintendi. Benintendi, the former first-round pick, Golden Spikes Award winner. And a swing and a miss.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
And there's 1 away. So up now for Chicago, Miguel Vargas.
Miguel Vargas.
And there's a foul ball. Top of the third, no score. Swings through that one.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Luis Angel Acuna digs in now.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it's a foul ball. That one 90. Back here in Denver, digging in, Joe Mack. And a foul ball.
Ball.
Caught him looking for the K. And now here is Maximo Acosta. Swings through that. And he lays down a bunt. Scoops it up barehanded.
No, he's in.
Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit. Runner on at first with one gone. Now it's the shortstop, Tyler Tolman. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Out, and that wasn't close. Out to short. Throws to first. That ends the out of the fourth. So up now for Chicago, Derek Hill. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. Swings through that one.
You know, Booth, every team has a hitters meeting pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious, aggressive. You wonder what they talked about.
Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. If you're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Murakami in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes.
That's a ball.
And another ball.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. Another one. That's bottom of the fourth. Here's the center fielder, Esteury Ruiz.
Ruiz.
Bunting for a hit. The flip, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single. Go ahead run on base. Jared Cerna, the next to hit. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw down, and he's out. And that wasn't close. Trying to bunt his way on. Sosa, the underhand flip, but no chance to get him. It's an infield single. One down. And now the first baseman, Carlos Pena. Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Throw down to second. They're in play. Of time. He's caught stealing. This one in the air, center field. And that will end the inning. Back here at Coors Field, we go to the top of the fifth. Austin Hayes steps to the plate for the White Sox.
You know, these White Sox, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They've got players in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Gets him. One away on a drop third strike. And up next for Chicago, Kyle Teal. Just missed. There's a swing and a drive. That one hops against the fence. And he's into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
All over that one right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Sosa in the box now. Takes strike one. And a good eye there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next pitch misses, and a full count now. Got him swinging. Andrew Benintendi steps up. 0 for 1. He was robbed of a hit on a diving catch his first time up. Man on second, 2 down. Rips that one to right. Brings it in, and that's the third out. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Here's the catcher to hit, J.C. Escarra.
Well, these players doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch. Now it's the right fielder, Owen Casey. Swing and a ball popped up. Montgomery settles under this one. And there are 2 down. Here's the third baseman, Brian Ramos. Flied out his first time. Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here in Ready to go. Jorge Soler up at the plate. Foul ball there.
First pitch, 107.
In the air, left field. Johnson on the move. Hauls it in, one away. Now it's the shortstop, Otto Lopez. Grounds one to short. To first. Quick start to this afternoon's action. 2 gone. 2 outs. Base is empty. Xavier Edwards now at the plate. This one in the air, center field. And that is that. Nate Eaton digs in now. And a swing and a miss. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Jazz played for Great Britain in the 2016 WBC qualifiers when he was just 18 years old. And the 1-0.
That's a ball.
Tap foul at the plate. Swing and a miss. And a count now even up. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So digging in, Harry Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Left field. And that's a fair ball. Throws to second. There's the tag. They get him. And that's welcome back to WBC opening round action here at Daikin Park in Houston, Texas, USA. Those Crawford boxes are such a cool feature of the stadium here.
And tell you what, visiting right-handed hitters that can pull the ball are going to love that short porch.
Way out front for strike 2. That's outside.
That's a ball.
And the
Outside.
count is 1-2. That one missed. Line drive to short and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
On his way over. And a couple of quick outs. Now at the plate, Joe Mack. Nobody on his team has been better at driving in runs this season, Singy. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Welcome back to the World Baseball Classic. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. B.J. Murray Jr. getting ready to hit. Right through there for a strike. Got him swinging. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Christian Robinson in the box now. No balls and a strike. Second inning here, no score. Swing and a miss. And that's 4 strikeouts. Now it's the DH, Trace Thompson. Swings and misses. That's strike 1. Swings through that one out in front that time. Swing and a miss. It's the WBC. Glad to have you back. Digging in, Jeff Conine. Swing and a miss. Short hop liner handled it short. Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. And now Jacob Marcy. Just missed.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Swings through that. And he hits a ground ball right side. And foul ball. That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Take your base.
Man at first with 1 gone. Now it's going to be Connor Norby. Runner takes off. Pitching for a strike. Throws, save. That's a stolen base. Move to second. Marcy back in on a dive. Runner on the go again. Pitch misses.
No, that's out.
Throw to third, and he's in there easily. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away. That finds the mark on the inside corner. Gets a piece and stays alive. No score here, but a runner at third with 1 down. Pitch gets away. Ball comes home, and he's dead at the plate.
Man, that ball got far away from the catcher, but they still had time to throw out the runner trying to advance. Not pretty.
Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
He was all over that one. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of thing hitters dream about when they're falling asleep at night. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Lace down the line, and now maybe extra bases. Runner from second crosses the plate. The relay throw. He's in there.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Absolutely hammered that baseball. Very loud coming off the bat. 107 was the exit velocity, and at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
Up the middle, base hit into the outfield. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. Runner at first with 2 away. Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Low throw, and he can't dig it out. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. Towards first, Murray. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. We're here at the WBC. Welcome back. Set for the bottom of the third, number 10 now at the plate. Ground ball left side. Slings to first. One pitch and one out. Now here is Ivan Johnson.
No, that's outside. Ball. Ball, that's down.
And that one's a
that's
little bit
a
low.
ball.
Ball 3. Swings through that.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
2 down, bases empty. Here's the center fielder. This one popped up. Edwards under it. And that will end the inning. Welcome back, and now on the mound to start the fourth, Gary Gilhill.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Up the middle, Chisholm. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Got him swinging. And now it's going to be Joe Mack. Grounded out his first time. That one is hammered right field. Carrying well. Going. Gone. He nails one out to right. So 2 down. And here's the first baseman, Jeff Conine. On the ground. Not in
He's
time.
in there.
Great effort, but it's an infield hit. So up next, Jacob Marcy. He was plunked in his first trip to the plate. 0-1. This to third, Eaton. And that is that. Good to have you back. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton, bringing you all the WBC action from Dyken Park. Here's the third baseman, Nate Eaton.
You know, this group of hitters just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Ball.
That one misses. Ball 3. Late on that fastball.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Number 3.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. will hit next.
Chisholm Jr.
And first offering is fouled off. Swings over the top of that one. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The 0-2. Inside, almost got him.
Ball.
The 2-2.
Ball.
Team Great Britain trailing by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Ford stands in now and watches strike one.
There it was, a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Sit down on strikes. Strikeout number 8. B.J. Murray Jr., the next to hit. There goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Ow! And we're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Chavez Fernandez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game. Well, these guys doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out one time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
That one not close. Ball 1.
All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point.
Back to the top of the lineup, and next is the designated hitter, Jorge Soler.
Ball.
That one fouled off. 1-1 now. That one ripped right center field. And that should be extra bases. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you
Line drive, base hit. Soler rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 4-zip. Xavier Edwards getting ready to hit. Over to first, and he's saved. Runner takes off. There's a ball.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Throw to second. On a bounce. Safe. Up the middle, base hit into center field. Lopez around third. The run comes in from second. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2. Next to hit, Owen Casey. High fly ball down the left field line. That one back there.
That's a foul.
And that's a foul ball. Swings through that one. Ripped to third, but handled. And welcome back to the World Baseball Classic. We head to the bottom of the 5th. B.J. Murray Jr. digs in now. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Just missed. And he grounds one to the right side. In plenty of time to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Christian Robinson now.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Outside. That's a ball.
Ball to strike.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Late on that fastball. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Now batting for Great Britain.
Next is the designated hitter, Trace Thompson.
Thompson.
Fastball for a strike. Fastball for a strike. 0-2. Ball one there.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Waves at the... And we're back at Daikin Park where it's early here at the WBC. We're in pool play. Top of the 6th inning. And now it's Giancarlo Stanton.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Oh, and 2 now. Into center. Tracks it down for the out. 1 down. Joe Mack will hit next. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Robinson has a beat on it. And there's 2 down. Dylan Covey taking over on the mound. He's into the game with the bases empty. On the ground out to short. And that'll do it. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop. 0 for 1 so far.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
Swing and a miss. Ground ball right side. On to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. And now Ivan Johnson. Fought off foul. Hit in the air left field. Casey takes it in for the out. 2 down. And now the center fielder. He's 0 for 1.
Justin Wiley.
That one fine. The zone, strike 1. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Up and
That's
in, and it's 1-2. got him swinging for the strikeout. It is 11th strikeout in this one, really racking up the whiffs.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Long.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
In the air to left center, and it falls. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And now he's up to 3 stolen bases in the game. Check on the runner, and he's back in safely. Man at second. Runner goes again. Ball outside. Throw to third. Save. And a swing and a miss.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
The next pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Up the middle. That's a base hit as a run scores.
Picks himself up an RBI. Nice swing to drive that pitch up the middle. Could have easily been out in front on the off speed and pulled off of it, but he was looking to use the big part of it.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Swings through that one for strike 1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Gets it to first. That's the first out in the top of the 7th. So now with 1 away and a man at second. And the batter will be the shortstop, Otto Lopez.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Throw to second, safe. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. Strike in there. Throw to third, safe. That wasn't close. Line drive, that's a base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single. It's 7-0. 1 down. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Xavier Edwards. Quick toss to first. Lopez back on a dive. Runner on the go. Pitch misses in. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Runner goes again. Throw to third, and he's out. Down, nobody on. Lined, and that's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive. He's hit.
At the plate, Owen Casey. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Man on second, 2 down. Got him swinging for the... It's the WBC. Glad to have you back. Bottom of the 7th, Nate Eaton now at the plate. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Strike 3, struck him out for the 3rd time today.
Number 3.
Now the number 2 hitter, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Here.
Outside low, and that's ball 1.
Nope. Ball.
There's the strike. Great Britain with a lot of ground to make up. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's a baker's dozen strikeouts for him in this game. Here's the catcher to hit, Harry Ford.
Here.
That's to 3rd. There with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th, Donovan Benoit.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Right side, Murray. He steps on the bag. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. And here is Joe Mack. In the air, right side. Robinson takes it in for the out. And there's 2 away. So digging in, Jeff Conine. And that's outside. Sliced hard but foul. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th.
That's a ball.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Right back to him on the mound. Flips it. Nicely done for the out. Back here in Houston, ready for the bottom of the 8th. B.J. Murray Jr. getting ready to hit.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
And a swing and a miss there. Got him looking. 1 out.
Now batting for Great Britain.
Now it's the right fielder, Christian Robinson.
Robinson.
That clips the corner. Fly ball down the line. And that's a foul ball. The 0-2. And there's a ball.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Swings and misses. And he runs the strikeout total to 15 on the day. 2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, Trace Thompson.
Ball.
Just missed.
Ball.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. And it's even up.
2.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, but they get the out at first, and we're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, number 70.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
That one pushed foul. And the 0-2. In the air, left field. One up, one down. Connor Norby digs in now.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
That's in. Ball.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. And now 2-2. That's a hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
Kyle Stowers.
Runner on the move. Pitch misses inside. Safe at second, and that was not close. Man at second.
Ball.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Pickoff move to second.
No,
Norby
he
dives
did.
back in safely. Two one now. He swings and fouls one off. Throw to first in time.
Now
Otto Lopez
Anderson.
will hit next.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Hard liner. Long run on his horse. Brings it in with a nice running. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Here's the shortstop at the plate, number 10.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count at times.
Now pitching, Michael Peterson.
Oh, and 2 now as he swings through it. To the right side. Conine takes it to the bag. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Now the left fielder, Ivan Johnson.
Here, what?
And he swings over the top there. Upstairs.
Ball, that's high.
Boog, I'm not sure how he took that right there. I mean, that was an incredible 2-strike pitch.
Struck him out swinging. And they're down to their last out. Here's the center fielder.
Number 13, Justin Wiley.
On the inside corner for a strike. They're down to their final strike.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point,
Got it. Ball game.
well, we saw complete domination.